Okay, let me grab my phone and do some sharing stuff.
Are we live-ish?
We might be, yeah. We will be soon, if not now.
All right.
Hello,
I'm
everybody. Welcome to our second Sunday night live stream.
right.
We've had some technical difficulties today, so bear with us.
We're here by the skin of our teeth
Pretty much.
and our knees.
Yeah, it's been a fun one getting all this stuff going. I don't know why, but it's been a fun one.
I'm just trying to get it up here so I can...
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to show up on our phones, and then we're going to go ahead and share it.
It says
and then,
live.
Good.
Well,
All right.
wait, did you say live? Did you put that little live sticker in
No,
the...
it's
okay.
live right now. For some reason, my phone doesn't want to admit that.
It doesn't want to admit that it's live.
Literally how my day's gone today.
Everybody send Jared some love. He needs some love.
Yeah, it's been a fun day.
Yeah, a little bit.
Here it is. I see it now.
But
All right.
we are here, and we are going to be, let's see, what does it say? Kemper, live, ready sound, fat metal profiles, and Hangout.
Yeah, we're going to hang out, and we're going to talk about our my previous episode this week,
Right.
where I did the shootout with the Headrush, the Helix, and the Kemper, and I did this particular one was about tone and feel.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
You need a staff.
Yeah, I do
Right?
need a staff.
You need a staff that doesn't have a full-time job outside of this.
Exactly. Yes, I do need that big time. So I'm going to go
And
ahead
a
and share
massage.
this.
You need a massage
Yeah,
as well.
and a drink.
And well, you have that.
There's that.
Right?
Yes, there's that
Oh,
right
I
there.
thought we were going to cheers.
Oh, we can
We
cheers.
can cheers.
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 Cheers, everybody. This is well-deserved today.
Yes.
Trust me. I'm going to go ahead and share this on my page here.
Okay. Ooh, I could share it on my page.
Yes, you can.
Share to
And
Facebook.
I'm going to share it on our Tone Wars page. Post. All right.
Say we're live. Post. Oh, I forgot to tag you. Oops.
That's okay. I'm already in there. So we'll get started in a second here. What I have is the Live Ready Sound Fat Metal profiles in my Kemper, and I'm going to show you how they sound in a mix. And we'll go through some of my favorite ones at least,
Yeah.
and do some chuggy chug stuff and just check out what they sound like and have some fun with that. So, and then we'll again talk about upcoming episodes that I have planned that I think are going to be really interesting. And whatever you guys want to talk about, again, about the previous
Right.
episode that I released this week. It's already got almost 1,000 views.
That's
which
craziness.
Is, yeah, which
Wonderful.
is awesome. I'll take it.
I wish we could do all of the sharing and stuff before. Because then I
Yeah.
feel like we're like, hi, we're live.
Yeah, I know. There's probably a way, and we'll get that figured out. I'm sharing in my Kemper group right now.
Yeah. Hi, Kemper Group.
It's a good group. It's a great group of really helpful, very knowledgeable people. So I'm just sharing right now. Post. Bam. All right, back to the chat. Looks like we got 2 people here so far.
Hi, 2 people.
Hey, what's happening? Sound off.
Say
Let us
hi.
know who
That's
you
right.
are and all that. And then we'll get started. I'm going to wait till it fills up a little bit. And we'll go ahead and do the demonstration of how these profiles sound in a mix.
Want to talk about what you're drinking?
Yeah, this
Until,
is Oak and Eden. I should have brought the bottle down.
Oak, Eden, and Sharpie.
Yes. Oak and Eden. Yeah, and it has a spire in it, an oak spire in the bottle, and it's kind of cured with that. And I like it. She's not a big fan of it.
I love whiskey too, bourbon whiskey. It's not, I don't know why I don't like this one. I wanted to like it so hard. I did, but I don't. It kind of tastes like a marker to me. So
To you.
right.
To me, it tastes amazing. I agree with her most of the time. If she doesn't like a whiskey, usually I'm like, well, I'm probably not going to like it either. But this time, we're at an impasse.
I know. I've got Jim Beam, the Devil's Cut. Is that what was upstairs?
Yeah, that's what I had upstairs. So
Mine's almost gone. I'm gonna have to go back for.
yeah, you might have to go up for seconds. Yeah,
That's right.
so I have the EVH profile from Live Ready Sound in here right now. And it sounds pretty freaking
play some?
ridiculous. Yeah, I'll play a little
Yeah.
for you guys.
Love it. There you go. Hey, it brought another person. Ooh, it brought 3 more people.
3 people.
Keep playing. I wanted to say something too about the picture. We had that fun photo shoot,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'm like, and that's really what it's like. I'm the only time. Oh my goodness, that made me sound horrible, right? Like, stop it. It's all I hear all the time. No, but I remember at our last show. Where were we? We were at. It's where we met that Miss Michigan metal person.
Oh,
and
yes. It was
what was
up
the
at,
place? Rock.
gosh, I forgot the name of the place.
Oh no, that's horrible. Me
Yeah.
too. I always count on you for that stuff
Yeah, I
because mom
forgot.
brain.
I forgot the
But anyway,
name.
we were there, and I was sitting in the back when he plays. When it's his turn to like be in the. I'm the singer in his band, by the way. If you're just tuning in and wonder why I'm here, We've been in a band together for like 6-7 years.
Something like that.
Yeah. And he's amazing. He's an amazing player.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. But I hear it twice a week or more. I hear it all of the time. And,
Yeah.
I end up like scrolling through Facebook here and there. But at our last show, I step aside when it's his turn to be in the spotlight when it comes up to the solos. And I totally got lost in it. I do. I'm not always plugging my ears waiting for it to end.
For the first time in 6 years, you got lost.
Shut up.
It was funny. She was supposed to start singing.
I was.
And she was like running up to
I'm
her
like,
mic.
woo! I
Nice
missed
little
my
fade in.
cue. I totally
Yeah.
got lost in his playing and told
yeah.
on myself.
But to clarify, you don't scroll Facebook live when we're playing.
Correct.
We just do it at practice.
Correct.
Yeah, because that would be kind of crappy.
That's right.
Singers off to the side.
Dude.
Oh, look, someone's at the beach tonight. Yeah, good for you. You
Right.
know? Blah, blah, blah. Is that...
Ben says, I'm here. The first 5 or 6 notes of that lead were smoking hot.
What's up, Ben? How you doing, man? Yeah, let me play a little more. I'll just screw around. I got to warm up
Do you
anyways.
want me to mute the mic while you
Yeah,
do
do
this?
that
All
so
right.
it's not so crazy.
I forgot which one it was. Maybe this. Go.
Yeah, that's the solo to the... Well, it's part of the solo to the song that I'm going to do this the little demonstration in a mix, but I'm not going to do the whole song. You know, I'm just going to do up till.
You do my favorite song?
Yeah, your favorite. Yep, the one that she loves to sing so much.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, why is it your favorite? Tell everybody why it's your favorite.
I don't know what happened. I wrote it so many years ago, and it tires me out. I guess that's why.
Yeah,
that's why. It's a humdinger. It's at the high end of my register, and.
Yeah, she made the mistake many singers make.
And guitar players, you say that all the time. You're like, why did I write this solo?
Yeah,
why did I do this to myself?
I just have to practice and do it. I'm not physically, you know what I mean? Because at a certain point, a singer is like hitting certain notes. I mean, if you're not, practicing, and I'm not a singer, so I don't know. But there's a certain point where I think a lot of singers are like, can we drop tune?
Right? Can we drop tune this song
half
and
a
then
step,
singing?
whole step, or whatever? But you still can hit it. Mm-hmm. You still can hit it really well.
I think it's a psychological thing for me.
I was just gonna say
I can do it. I nail it. I practice. As soon as we go live, try to do it at a show. It kicks my butt every time.
Yeah. Well, there's certain things that I do as a player, though. Like I can do it no problem at practice, especially by myself. But I'll remind me to show you later. There's a solo that I play. That there's a certain part of that solo. Every time we get to it live, I'm always like, "Don't screw up, don't screw up." And then what do? Half the time I go through it and I play it very well, and sometimes I don't.
We're already getting super chats.
Hey Ben, thank you, sir.
He says thanks for the honest reviews. Honest. Highlighted, all caps, and great content. You are someone that can be trusted when it comes to gear, beer, and guitars.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much, Ben. God bless you, man. Seriously, that really means a lot.
Jack Summers is here, too. He says, I was expecting a nice, easy evening and got my face melted. Sick work, brother.
Thank you, Jack.
Wow, I can't even pronounce this guy's name. Georgie? Is that how you say it? Georgie Petrick? Just dropping to say hi. Love your Kemper profile testing videos.
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, these Live Ready Sound ones, I kind of worked on them a little bit with Tim over at Live Ready Sound, and he did most of the work. I just gave him my thoughts about some things, and I like a really fat sound. Yeah. I like my guitar sound to be very full, and I don't like it to be very narrow and focused and boxy. I want it to just be like very open and full, but not airy. And it's hard to get, your tone that filled and that wide, And I think we accomplished that with these, and I think they sound and they feel really good, Let me take a second too to also say what episodes we have coming up.
Yeah.
So we're still working on our live streams and perfecting those for you guys and making them sound and look better.
Still about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be about 3 weeks before.
I need to get my freaking in-ears.
Yeah, she's got to get her new in-ears before we do a live performance and gear review with the band. So again, like those are going to be a live performance / gear review / hangout / I don't know, whatever with the band.
Whiskey tasting.
Yeah, we can do whiskey tastings, we can do beer tastings, and we can do all kinds of fun stuff, So yeah, we will be doing that stuff. So we have that coming up. I also have Harley Benton is sending me a 2x12 with vintage 30s in it from Toman. It's shipping on the 17th. Probably be here within a week of that. And I'm actually going to shoot that out with my Mesa cab with the vintage 30s in it. And I want to see how good it sounds compared to that. And my friend Tim Warner from Live Ready Sound told me that I have to break it in for 40 hours first, to be fair. Because
so you have to, what does that involve? You got to lock it in a room somewhere?
And just play music through it for 40 hours.
I had asked you this question when we were talking about it on the phone. They said anything that comes from, China, you're supposed to break in. But they don't tell you that. Yeah, these are the Chinese vintage 30 Celestians. So I don't know what the difference is. I'm not familiar enough with all that. But I wonder why they don't break it in. If you're paying thousands of dollars for something, you should be able to use it. But
This
But-
cab is only $186 American, as opposed to the Mesa, which is $750.
So if you spent thousands, then it should
Then it
work
should
when
be-
you buy it. Since it's only hundreds,
Yeah.
I suppose we can break it in.
Yeah, they're probably like, you break it in.
Yeah.
Screw you. Saved you all this money. You do it.
Let's see. Georgie, Lord, I hope I'm saying that right. It looks like DJ. That makes a just sound right. Georgie.
It's George.
George. Do you think that direct profiling is superior to the regular studio profiles? I feel like there's usually a little more detail in direct merged profiles. What are your opinions on that? Oh, it's just George.
Yeah, it's just George. I knew it. No, great question, George. So basically, I prefer direct profiles because I've always found with Mike's profiles that I hate to sound like cork sniffer, but they never have the mic in the right spot for my taste.
The butt sniffer is more like.
Yeah, I hate to sound like a butt sniffer, but yeah, I hate to sound like a hoity-toity guy, but it just seems like there's a lot of fizz and sizzle and stuff on the mic'd profiles, where I feel like the direct profiles have less stuff in the chain to add a bunch of stuff that I don't want to it. It's just very pure and very true, and you put a good impulse response in there, and you're good. And on top of that, which brings up my next point, in a few weeks, well, maybe not even that, I'm going to show you guys the difference between the Kemper and the Helix ran through a real tube power amp as opposed to direct into FOH, into a recording software, or into an FRFR cab such as the Friedman ASC12. So, that's another thing I like about the direct profiles, is that you can take those, plug it into a real power amp, a tube power amp, into real cabs, and man, I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to have a spoiler alert, but it's glorious. It is just absolutely glorious. So I prefer the directs.
Let's see. Aaron Lucas. Hey, man.
Hey.
Says, hey, peeps.
What's up, Aaron?
Hey, peeps.
Hey, peeps. Yeah, Easter's already been come and gone, hasn't it?
That's right.
The peeps.
You know what? Let's take a moment to just give some credit to the maple-flavored peeps. I hate peeps. I hate them. Like, there's no use until they came out with maple ones. Or maybe they were like pancakes, or, I don't know, flapjack. Flapjack peeps are the best. They were so good.
I can't even look at those things. Diabetes.
Let's see. Jack Summers, is there any IRs you recommend?
Oh, yeah, great question. And we appreciate all questions and comments.
Bring it on.
Bring them. Yeah, that's what this is about. We're just hanging out, chilling with all you guys, and we want as many questions and comments as you can. So we appreciate it. I like the Live Ready Sound mini pack that I bought. If you're a Helix user, it's on their it's on the, I think what is it called, their store marketplace, on the Line 6 marketplace. It's like 5 IRs or something like that for $10.99, and they're really good. It's a Mesa 2x12 with a Royer 121 and an SM57 mic on it, and that's the modern metal technique. So you get that nice top end, and you also get the balls. You get the low end and the mids. So it's a great combination. So basically, any vintage 30 that's mic'd with a Royer 121 and a 57 and a Mesa cab, I'm pretty much there. Ownhammer Heavy Hitters Volume 2 are good. And if you're not on the marketplace for Line 6, I think his if Tim, I think Tim's going to be here. So from Live Ready Sound, he can explain what pack that's in just on the site.
Here. Where?
In the
chat?
In the chat, yeah.
Ah.
He said he was coming. So when he comes in, he could probably tell you where you can get that. So if he could post a link, that would be great. But just go on their site. I think it's in his metal pack. So those are really good. I don't like any other speakers, but the vintage 30s. Those are it for me.
Yeah.
You know. Some guys like the greenbacks. No, I'm done. I don't need to go.
Thank God.
Yeah, vintage 30s are it. I mean, it's as far as modern metal goes, there's really no other speaker in my opinion. I mean, there's other ones like greenbacks and this and that, but I just think that the vintage 30s have all the properties and characteristics that I like anyways.
Yeah.
We got any other questions?
No.
Okay, so how many people?
12.
Oh, awesome. We got 12 people here.
Yeah.
This is great. And we really appreciate this very much. We're having a great time doing this. It's a lot of work to set up, especially today. I was pulling oh my gosh, I was pulling my hair out today to set up. Excuse the camera view on my Kemper here, but
you can see my foot.
You can see her foot. Good thing you got a pedicure, right?
Well.
Yeah, dang, you're about due. No. But yeah, it's just all I had tonight because we were dealing with so many.
Wow, all of the issues.
Yeah, everything I touched turned to crap. So let me do this. Pardon the clicks. I'm going to get rid of those in the future for you guys, but for tonight we'll have to deal with the 8 count for each song.
So what you're hearing is our in-ear mix when we perform live. Yeah. We have a feed that comes to us and it gives us little cues, little clicks and stuff, but when we put it on a splitter and send it out to the house, it don't hear those. They
don't hear the clicks, only we do. And tonight I didn't have time to put the split out to the live feed. So
Lord, can you even imagine what happened if you tried to do that?
I think the whole house would have burnt down. Yeah, it would have been just horrible.
Right. So, you want me to mute this?
Yeah, mute it in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a decent portion of the song, and then when we're done with that, I'm going to explain the effects that I used in here and the profile I used, and I'll go over each section with the effects that I used and show you what I did. So let's go ahead and get started with that.
Here we go.
I made it. A couple little snafus, but nobody died.
So awkward sitting here and wanting to sing. I'm like, can I jam to it at least without looking like an idiot?
You should have lip synced, and then everybody would have thought like, "Oh my God, she's amazing." Had your chance.
Right. Let's see. What do we have? James Cassidy, you have a great voice. Well, thanks.
She does. We're
Thank
lucky.
you.
We're lucky to have her. Yeah, it's
Thanks.
great. Like I have her in my ears, and like our mix with you in our ears is great. Like I have her with some little bit of delay and a little bit of special, I don't know, secret sauce like the reverb and delay and stuff. And yeah, like when we play live, we enjoy it because our mix is so good. It's so good that we're just up there like in heaven the whole night. We can hear everything. And if we perform well, everything sounds great. If we don't,
we know that too.
We know that too.
Right.
Like, I heard you breathe funny on that one note. So
let's see. Aaron Lucas, a lot of O's. Next time, can we get some I's? Nice. Next time, do it live. MK. Hi, MK. Next time, do it live. I know. Well, we're planning on doing it. Like, we got 3 weeks or so left.
Yeah.
Trying to get everything sound checked and our bass player here and
we got some dialing in to do. The next practice dial-in session that we're going to do, we're basically going to send. I have to split the signal, so you guys don't have to hear those stupid clicks.
Yeah.
Only we get those, and you guys get all the good stuff, and then we have to adjust that, make sure that's good, fine-tune a few things, and then we should be good. You know, we should be good after that.
Sounded good, though.
You know, we're very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds great. Just wait. It's going to be like a studio recording because, kind of like what you heard here.
A studio recording with a few flubs here.
Yeah, exactly. But it's going to be kind of like what you heard here. That's why I bring multiple picks because I always drop one.
Right.
So, yeah, it's going to be all direct, no room mics. It's just going to be like direct plug-in, amazing stuff.
Ben says, Carrie, and he spelled my name all 14 ways. He's literally typed them all out. Sounds amazing on that tune. I was blown away. Very melodic and very uplifting. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We get a lot of love for this guy here, and it's nice to hear someone throw his songs off. But he deserves it. He's very deserving.
Well, I appreciate that. But I think we all, we do too. I mean, it's you work very hard on stuff, and I think that you guys should all vote that we start our live streams with this song next time when we go live.
My favorite song.
Because this is the one that scares the crap out of her. And it's kind of like, get it over with, right? Get it over with.
What we should do. Just get it done.
Yeah, and just do it.
And then never do it again.
Oh, no, we'll do it again. We don't have enough songs to not have it in the rotation.
I loved this song, too. It's been years. We've had this song around 3 years or so.
3 years.
Absolutely loved it. We wrote it in a Starbucks.
Yeah, we did.
I don't know if you remember. We were practicing in Flint at the time.
Yep.
And this didn't come together as quickly as some of the other songs that we wrote did. Some of them came together in a practice. But this one, we had to take a minute. We sat in a Starbucks in Flint on this little tiny bar. It must have been like 8 inches.
Yeah, it was crazy.
With my notebook
notepad and coffee.
I just wanted to tell a story. I wanted to tell a story, and I think the story that we remember we were thinking of the Tom Cruise one where The Last Samurai.
Last Samurai.
Yeah.
It kind of has that feel to it where, you have this weary warrior kind of guy and he meets somebody and and it just kind of unveils like you got two sides that you're telling in it. It's just kind of cool. It's different. We don't usually tell. Well, I don't know if we don't tell stories, but most of our stuff is
the other songs are more from experiences, things that we've been through or.
Yep.
Yeah,
Life
but this one was
like,
stuff. Let's just tell a story.
Yeah.
But there's an epic tale.
I don't know where that pick went. Where did it go?
I wasn't. Here's one here.
Yeah, but it's just bugging me. It dropped. You know how picks are. They
Dude,
grow
you
legs.
pay like $8 for a pick.
I know.
So.
We'll find it.
Yeah.
I got more. So.
Let's see. All right, we have some more. MK got some IRs from Chop Tones. I got so many, it was too many. Hey, this sounds good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I use some of Chop Tones stuff. Some of their stuff's actually really good. Some of their Kemper Profiles are really good too. Like I've tried out some of theirs, and I just, like I said, I love directs because you're taking all that. I'm just not a big fan of the mic'd Kemper Profiles because they have that sizzly
Yeah.
crap on top.
We don't want sizzle.
No, we don't want sizzle.
The
I want
only
breakup.
sizzle here is...
Yeah.
He had another comment too. My phone keeps. Let's see. Your Kemper looks. This is MK again. Your Kemper looks like it's floating on a pedal board.
Yeah,
It does.
it does because you can't see the handle.
You used something that's not like you kind of rigged that up yourself.
Yeah,
What did
I
you
rigged
use?
I called Pixar.
No,
It looks like a Pixar.
It does.
You know, the boink, boink, boink. That's what it looks like. It's because I got this thing. It's called the Ego. I could see the name.
Ergotron. Not ego. That's
Yeah,
just you.
it's-
Ergotron.
Ergotron. It's an arm that comes up and it's articulating, and it moves around. So like I can. So there you go. There's the arm. So that's what it's on. And the reason why I did that was because when I first got my Kemper, I got sick and tired of laying on the floor and turning knobs and pushing buttons, and I'm like, I got to get this thing up in my face, and I can lift this thing up so it comes up even higher than that, and it tilts and moves, and I can do anything with it. It's all articulating, and it stays where you put it. It was like $120, but it was worth it because.
Well,
now I
your
can
back
do it.
isn't thrown out from being up and down on the
well,
floor.
and plus putting your guitar down,
Yeah.
laying on the floor, you know, doing all that. I don't have to do it anymore. I can just bring this up to me. I can bring it up like this. I can, you know. So it's really nice. It looks like Pixar when you look at it from the front. It looks like a Pixar Kemper, you know. But
I know when you started using that at shows, the couple times that we've used it at a show, people were fascinated by it. Yeah.
I always got to do something weird. It's just
Wouldn't
me.
be you if it wasn't.
Exactly.
Let's see. MK says, oh. Let's see. Mitch. Ooh, I'm going to slaughter that one. Girowitz. Silly question. I have the Kemper Powerhead. If I'm only using headphones and not powering a cab, do I have to change the settings so it won't use that power, or is that only an issue if cab is connected?
Gosh, I don't know. I don't have the power amp or the power head, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I wish I had an answer for you on that, but I don't want to misinform you. You know?
MK wants to know who makes the arm.
Ergotron. Yeah.
ERGOTRON.
Yeah.
Ergotron.
Yep. ERGOTRON.
Yeah.
And it's like $120, something like that,
Yeah.
and it's great.
Where did you get it? Did you get it online?
Just on the web. Yeah, I just looked up articulating arms. It's for TVs and stuff like that, and the Kemper just sits right. There's like this little square.
It's like screwed into the board, right?
Yeah, it's screwed into the board, and the Kemper just kind of sits on it. I wonder if I should even. The way my day's going.
Watch your guitar.
Yeah, you know what? I better. No, I can't get it off.
There's a hole in the back of the Kemper.
Yeah, and it sits on the and it fits right in this little square block. It's like a flat panel that you'd screw a TV into, except it's just a flat piece of steel, and it fits into that Kemper, that little slot in the back of the Kemper perfectly.
Yeah.
You know, and then
Yeah, so it's not fastened onto the back of it. It's not made specifically for this purpose. Hey, there's your pick.
That's the other one I just.
Oh, that's
dropped.
the other one you just dropped.
Yeah.
But
so.
it's got this perfectly shaped, compartment that a little notch sits in. But it's it's secure. It's not going anywhere.
No.
Like you can bump it and.
Yep, it's pretty secure. So, and it stays up and stays in place very well. It's a strong arm. So.
Yeah, let's see what else we have. Jack Summers, do you use a cab live or just FOH?
Straight to FOH because we use in-ears.
That's right.
So, I don't really need to use a cab or anything like that.
We tried once. After you switched over, we tried, but then my mic picks up the cab. So I was hearing double, and that's not easy to sing to.
Yeah, it's not.
You gotta pick which one you want.
Yeah, and the thing is really when you use in-ears, there's no reason for a cab unless you play through a cab anyway, but you backstage it, and you mic it back there and you face it against the wall or away from you because there's really no reason for a cab on stage if you use IEMs because all you're doing is adding unnecessary noise to your stage mix. You really are because you can't hear it anyways. These in-ears are so good. Like when we talk to each other, if it wasn't for this mic, we wouldn't be able to hear anything.
Oh gosh, yeah. I think we covered that the last time that sometimes I feel lonely since we switched to in-ears because we're all in our own worlds, and you know, we hear, I'm the only one with the mic and I don't talk the whole time. So.
Exactly. So if we'll talk in between songs, we're always like, what? We sound like a bunch of old fuddy-duddies.
We are. Let's be honest, we are.
We're getting there.
You're right. Ben asked another question that I haven't read. Let's see. What is difficult about that song? I'm not a singer, so I have no idea or thoughts about how difficult singing can be. I'd love to hear about singing challenges. Yeah. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Maybe you missed that part of it, but we wrote the song a long time ago, like 4 years ago, and I wrote it at the high end of my register, and it's what is it, 10 minutes again? Is that a 10-minute, 11
minutes
long song? Yeah, and it just it wears me out. It kicks my butt, the whole thing. The words are great. I don't mind singing the words at all, but it's just there's so many oohs too.
Yeah.
I remember when we wrote it, I was like, can we just cut out one of those? Let's cut out the middle one.
So we did. But
there's still too many.
Yeah, and even at practice, you're always rolling your eyes.
Like, here we go. Yes. There's so many oohs to get through. It's a great song. It really is. Yeah. It's just
it is. It's a great song.
It's a butt kicker.
The thing is what I've learned about writing music is a lot of times there's some songs that aren't fun to play, but they sound amazing, and some of the songs that aren't so fun to play actually sound the best, are the best sounding songs. Like this one for me is a blast to play. I love it, but I don't have to sing all those notes way up in the higher register. She does, so it's easy for me to say, you know.
I think maybe my eyes were just bigger than my belly at that time. I could do this, and we'll stay up here, and we'll pound this vocal out.
But you do it.
I know.
You know, you do it live, and you do it at practice all the time. And there's so many times after practice, I just want to smack you and go, see? You know, like, geez, man.
Yeah, it's a psychological thing, too. I can do it at practice, no problem, and then we get live, and it's like I psych myself out, and it doesn't go as well as I want it to, or it takes so much energy out of me that I don't have enough left to make the remaining songs in the set amazing, or I don't know.
We should probably do it earlier in the set. That way you just get it over with. Yeah. Because it's harder to do when you're, a little more warm, tired.
Do one or two.
Yeah. But let me do this. Let me play the different, settings that I had in this song. We'll keep the mic on, So I'll explain what's going on here for you guys. So you heard that stuff in the mix. So let me solo it out. And you can hear it. Is there another comment?
There is. Well, Jack, don't worry about it. We want endless questions. That's what we're doing this for. He's like, sorry for endless questions, but what in-ears are we using? We all have different ones right now.
Yeah.
So you've got
I have the KZ AS10s. They're about $69, and they are 5 drivers in each one. So they're a 10-driver system, and they sound absolutely amazing. And they fit in my ears really well. They're not going to come out. They fit amazing. And you use the foam tips, and you squeeze them and put them in, and they stay in the whole night. They're very comfortable for me. I have no complaints. I have tons of bass and fullness, and a really nice smooth top end in them. And I can't be happier with them.
Yep. I've had an evolution. I started off with the Shures, and my left ear, they drove my left ear nuts. So he bought me a pair of the KZ whatevers that he just said. I have the same ones as he does. And they were great for a while, but I've noticed that as I move my jaw, they pop out. So they're kind of a bad fit, although they sound great. I'm not unhappy with the way that they sound. They just don't stay in my ears, and my left ear has always been a booger. This ear doesn't like things in it. So when we went to Gear Fest, almost a month ago now, I got fitted for some custom in-ears from West Tone. Yeah. They're going to be, they're 3 drivers per ear?
Yeah, 3 drivers per ear. But tell them why you were having issues. They found out why when they did the molds.
So they did molds right there on site, and when he took them out, the foam's kind of like having a piece of dental. What am I trying to say?
That stuff they make.
Impressions.
Impressions
of. Yeah, so they do that in your ear, and when he took them out, and he was like, "Well, that's why the regular old earbuds are driving you nuts, apparently my ear canals have a severe angle, and so when you're trying to shove something in this way, when the hole goes that way, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, so that's why she was dealing with that. So it had nothing to do with these.
Yeah.
She's just one of those people that has to have
Yeah.
a custom set, or else she's going to be miserable no matter what she gets.
Yeah. And I was.
know.
My left ear would just drove me nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get them in the mail. It's been about a month now. I know last time we went live, somebody, Brett,
Brett.
messaged and
Yeah.
was like, I got mine the same day. They called and said they're on the way.
Yeah.
They haven't called me yet.
Yeah. So we're waiting.
Right.
But they'll be here.
Yeah.
You know, we're not worried about it. And she'll do a review. We'll actually do a review on my channel about it, and we'll you know, she'll tell you what she thinks, because it's not just the in-ears, but like, are customs worth it?
Right, exactly.
You know, we'll talk about, like, are you really going to get more for your money out of a custom? Because it does cost more. They cost a lot more. You know, I mean, they were 7 something?
They were 8 something.
8 something. Yeah, they were 8 something.
Super chats. Super chats. I feel like Mary Catherine Gallagher. Super chats. Yeah, they were 800.
Just don't knock a bunch of stuff over. When
It would be today.
It would be. Well, let me do that. Let me go over all the different effects and different settings I use in here, so that you guys can maybe, you know, hopefully inspire some people.
Yeah.
Hopefully that with the mic on, it won't interfere. So we'll
If it does,
see.
just give me a nod. I'll mute it.
Yeah, you know what we can do too is unplug that fan.
No.
No, okay.
I like the
Because we're hearing
fan.
that. In
Well,
the
if you hear
background.
it, it's the fan.
Yeah.
And without it, we'll sweat.
Yeah, so we don't need that. So the beginning, I used a chorus with a mod on it, and it's a stereo ping pong chorus with a mod, and so I just thought that sounded really cool for the intro.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we did that chuggy chug chorus,
Chug-a-da-chug.
you know. So that, I thought that sounded pretty cool.
Yes.
You know, I mean, it's just really obvious, modded and stuff, but I just think it's got that great kind of, got that great feel to it. And then, so then the main rhythm, when I was just doing like the Iron Maiden gallopy type stuff, it's just a straight, you know, EVH tone. And then when it kicks in, I use like it's called an air chorus. So I had some delay, reverb, and then this air chorus. I just thought that sounded really washy and kind of cool, but as you notice, you can still hear all the different little intricate picking things that I do. And it's got that cool kind of washy thing to it. And then for the third part of the song, when I was just doing like I don't know what you call it, the coda or whatever, when it kicks in differently, so I got the reverb and delay on. It's just a little bit of reverb. I'm not a huge reverb fan, especially for distorted tones. So it's got a little bit of room. You can hear a little bit of space there, but it's got some delay. So basically I'm going... So I put a flanger on the... just to add a little flavor to that, you know, to that little spot, you know. And I love throwing stuff like that out to the audience because it's unexpected and it sounds very well produced. It's like when you go play live and you use all of those effects, like you're putting out a very well produced show, as opposed to, well, I got my dirty tone and my clean tone and my lead tone. You know, I'm throwing out all this stuff to you, and I want to keep you interested. You know, I want to keep people interested, even if it's just for a second, you know. It makes a difference, you know, all night when you're just throwing stuff out at people, and you can see people's faces light up when you do that, and it's really cool. And then my lead tone is basically, you know, just this right here. It's just a good ping pong delay, you know. It's just got a nice smooth, nice delay on it. So that's pretty much it for that song. Oh, one more thing, the piezo, which I screwed up the first chord on. So that.
So pretty. When you started using that, I feel like our songs opened up.
Yeah, it just adds another dimension. I could just use a regular clean tone, but why do that?
Yeah.
When I paid all that money for this guitar and I got the piezo and I could do, and I actually add piezo solos to our songs too, you know? So there's times where
No, you can keep going.
it feels like you're coming home from a long day to your hacienda, you know?
Right.
It's just, there's nothing better than... It just sounds so cool. So, like, you can do... it just adds another... It's just another bit of texture that you can give a song, and it's always unexpected for people, I know that locally or whatever, I'm not the best guitar player, and I know that I know where I stand, I'm okay, I'm okay, I get by, I do my thing, but I try to make up for that with sounds and different production type things that I can throw out to an audience, and I just want us to be memorable when we play out. People just go, like the Edge from U2. I mean, people, oh, he's an amazing guitar player. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's not a shredder or, like, technically, like, he's crazy.
Yeah.
But he uses sounds.
Right.
And he uses all these effects and these different things and textures and tonal things. And that's really what makes him so great. And he's very creative. And that's what I try to incorporate. He's definitely one of my biggest influences when it comes to effects. I mean, because he really knows how to work that stuff. So yeah, I'm always trying to throw out different things at people sonically when we play because I just think it's fun.
Aaron Short.
Hey, Aaron.
He says, "Hey, buddy, are you coming to Nashville this week?"
Oh,
I know. We wanted to.
Yeah, we wanted to. I was going to contact you too, Aaron. We wanted to really bad, and
we have Summer NAMM coming up this coming weekend.
Yeah, Summer NAMM, and we wanted to go so bad, but I have a lot of work stuff coming up, and blah schedules and things like that, and it just man, the more I looked at it, the more it was just like it was going to be a huge kind of stressful thing if we ended up going, and I decided we just had to make this. We talked on the phone the other day, and we were like, we got to make a call now. Are we booking or not? And I was just like, man, I just can't seem to make this work. I got too much stuff on my plate, and it would have been a huge financial sacrifice if I was to go. It would have cost me a lot of money with lost work and other things, and I was just like, I just can't make it work this year.
Super chats.
That's your new name, Super Chat.
Super chats.
But we're definitely planning on going to Winter NAMM. And I definitely want to do that. So
really?
I hope you're going to be there.
Isn't that in California?
Yeah.
It'll be my first time in Cali.
Yeah.
I want to go to Cali.
Yep. Go to Cali.
Is it always 72 there?
It's always nice there. It really is. It's always beautiful in California. So we'll go then, and hopefully you'll be there too, Aaron, and we can hang out and have a couple of these.
Mm-hmm. Mine's gone.
Yours is gone?
It's gone.
Yeah, well.
You poured more than I did.
Yeah, I had a stressful day, so I had a pretty healthy pour.
A healthy pour.
Yeah, I'm nursing it, but yeah, it was a healthy pour.
I might have to help you nurse it then.
Yeah.
Mine's gone.
Yeah, well, you can have a sip.
If we missed one earlier, I'm going to go back up. Hopefully he's still watching, but George says, do you remember me reading this? Did you ever try miking a Kemper with a cab? He has an orange PPC 412, but never had a chance to do it.
Oh, good question. Yeah. So basically, in my next one of my next videos, which was coming very soon, I actually ran a Kemper through a power amp, which is my Syn 5050, which I use with my Synergy stuff. But it's a tube power amp. It's 50 watts per channel, and it's stereo. And so what I did is I bought two Mesa 2x12 cabs with vintage 30s in them. And I hooked my Kemper to that 2 days ago just to see what it was like, and turned off the cab sim in the Kemper. So you bypass the cabinet here. You just turn that off, and then you go into a power amp and then into real cabs, and oh my God, it is absolutely glorious. You know, it's literally like it's got that nice top end that you get from a power amp, and it's got that nice crumble, that breakup that I love. So it brings more reality to a digital platform. So yeah, I love it.
Let's see. MK, dude, your tone and effects sound great. I usually play my Kemper through a Gemini 2. Have a PV XXX DI that I plug into my PV. Oh, so many numbers. 6505 plus 112. He says, oh, God, that's the best sound he's ever heard.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it is. It's so good when you plug it into a power amp, isn't it? It just rounds everything up so nicely. It just adds all that goodness. It's like people call it mojo, they call it whatever, because it's an intangible. They haven't really come up with a word yet for it. But when you plug into it, it's like, I don't know what that is, but that's what I want. You know, there's no name for it yet, but we'll have to come up with one.
What's up, Brian Miller?
Hey, Brian, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
MK also didn't see anything wrong with your healthy pour.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with healthy.
Yeah, I didn't either, man. After the day I've had, I washed a bunch of I had to wash 75 school buses. I own a pressure washing business, so I was out in the heat 2 days in a row washing all them stinking buses, and I washed most of them yesterday so that I would have a short day today, so I could do this, and even that was a lot. So just doing all that and setting up for this was it was fun. Let's just put it to you that way.
It was fun.
It was so much fun that I needed a healthy pour. So
that's right. Oh
yeah. So so that's pretty much the effects that I used on it. Again, you know, you got I love the modded delay. You know, it just has a really nice kind of fullness to it, you know. Yeah, you know, so, and it's dialed in pretty heavy, but I dialed it in specific for that part of that song. It just sounds so cool. You can hear it ping pong, right. And it's on a different wash cycle, I guess, in each ear, and it's just so cool. And that's what's so nice about these digital platforms is that you can literally have all your stuff dialed in for parts of a song, not only just a song, but just a special part of the song that you want it to stand out. You just do it that way, and that's why my Kemper's in performance mode right now, for that reason.
MK wants to know why you're wearing jeans.
Oh, me?
What the hell are you doing with jeans on?
I don't know.
Because he doesn't like his legs?
Yeah, it's laundry day. That's all I had clean. It actually is laundry day. I wash buses and clothes on Sundays, so... But, yeah, it's actually pretty nice down here. I got the air cranked, and I got the fan going, so it seems to be working out pretty good.
Ooh, vocal pathfinder, vocal panther.
What's going on?
Vocal panther's back. $10 per bus.
$10 per bus. Yeah. It's about. I don't remember how much I get. I think it's like 12 for a short bus and 15 for a large bus. Yeah, that's what I'm getting on those. So yeah, it's been
short bus.
It's been interesting, you know.
Jack Summers, are they all merged, the live sound profiles or some DI? I'm the same as you, just never like the studio ones as much as the DI ones.
Yeah, good. I'm glad that we have the same taste. So the particular pack that I'm using right now is the Fat Metal pack. These are all direct. Now, he does have merged and studio and direct packs too. So if you go on his website at Ready Sound Kemper Profiles, you'll see he's got all kinds of different profiles that he offers. And, this particular one, when we discussed doing it together, I just prefer the directs only. So I just said, let's just do directs on this and just keep it simple. And I really think you would like these, especially if you have a power amp and cab and play them through that. I mean, they're just glorious. I mean, I was upstairs for the last 3 days with my power amp and cab with my Kemper, and because I'm getting ready to do this episode about it, and I wanted to really, not get first impressions, but also get
Immerse
lasting
yourself,
impressions.
yeah.
Because sometimes you're like a kid with a new toy. You're like, oh, this is amazing. And 2 days later, you're like, So I wanted to make sure that I got past that phase so I wasn't misinforming people. But, man, these things sound incredible, especially through a real amp and cab. Mm-hmm. But what you're hearing now is the impulse response that you get with them and the direct profile themselves. And they sound killer. I mean, this is pretty much like just straightforward. I mean, that sounds great, and my ears, it's glorious, mm-hmm. And I need to tune. So go ahead and read another question.
George is back. Which profiles are you using right now? Sounds great, guys. One more question. I simply love to ask you. Don't mind me. Please keep asking. That's why we're doing it.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this. We love questions. Yeah, because we're kind of boring.
We got 18 people watching.
Oh, sweet.
So you know.
Sweet. Thank you.
Just
Thanks
so
much, everybody, for tuning in. This is really great. We love having these live streams, and the more people that watch, the more we'll do them, and the more we'll put into them. Because we want to make this very entertaining and rewarding for everybody. So
maybe Jared will wear shorts next time.
I'll wear a Speedo.
Let's see, George, when using perform mode, do you switch profiles, different amp for different song, or are you trying to stay on same amp profile, just switching effects on and off?
Great question. Before I answer that, though, he was asking what profiles I was using.
Which profile are you using right now?
Oh, now is the EVH. The EVH profile from Live Ready Sound Fat Metal Pack. And I love it. I think it's very aggressive. I'll switch to another one in a minute. I'll go through them a little bit and show you guys a couple of my favorites. But regarding your question, do I switch different amps for different songs? I have done that, and it's actually worked out really well. As long as you keep it so that it's not like the tonal characteristics of the amp. I think there has to be some sort of consistency. It could be like a brother, a sister, or a cousin of the one that you're using. But if you get into
stepsisters.
Yeah. If you get into stepsister territory, the sound guy might look up at you and be like, what'd you just do to me, bro? I had you all EQ'd, and now I got a freaking, and then you go back to the other one, and then he's like, you're going to drive a sound guy nuts. So I would try to stay within the family if you can. Keep it in the family. Right? So, stepsisters.
That's why you have me here.
For all the important things.
Right.
Yeah. And for calling me a butt sniffer and stuff like that.
Well, the shoe fits.
The shoe fits.
The shoe fits.
Let me go into browser mode, and while she's entertaining you guys, I'll find another profile.
What gauge strings do you use? Vocal Panther. I have to call you Vocal Panther. It's so much better than Vocal Pathfinder, which doesn't suck, but
yeah, Vocal Panther.
You're dubbed.
You're
Ready?
Dubbed Vocal Panther.
Dubbed.
These are 10s. Yeah. These are 10s, and on any guitar that I drop tune big time, I'm going to go to 11s. because I need to keep that string tension. So let me switch here. Let me go to here's the Archon. Boy, that sounds funny without the drop tune guitar.
It does.
Yeah, sounds like a pop tune.
I was like, I'm digging it, but something's different.
Sounds like a pop tune. But
your drop tuner's on the other board.
Yeah, it's on the other one.
Whoa.
But yeah, so that's the Archon, and that sounds pretty darn good. I just like something with a lot of good. Is your other guitar tuned differently? Oh yeah, they're all tuned differently.
You can't do the purple one.
Not for that song. It's even dropped further on. It's drop G. That one's drop A. And I just
dropped your pick.
And that one's drop pick. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah. And so they're all different tunings. But so there's that one, and then let's find another one here. Here's
MK, wow, just went to Live Ready site. That pack you're using has the mother load of high gain amps.
It does.
Mother load.
Yeah, we picked all the goodies, man. It really is awesome. I mean, we went through a list of amps that I liked, and we just decided, all right, let's do these. Yeah.
James Cassidy wants to know, can you blend amps in the Kemper?
No.
Nope.
So this is the HBE Friedman in there. Let me turn up a little. I'm going to check my... The Friedmans are really fat. This one's a really fat one. So yeah, that's the HBE, and what else do I have?
We had the mic on too. I don't know if hearing the strings bothers people, but we had this mic on, so you might have been hearing some of that mixed in.
The old string clack.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Savage. Yeah, let's turn the mic off for this one.
Alrighty.
This is special.
Here goes. We get the stank face in there.
Stank face, man. That's a true sign of a good profile. Stanky face. You know, they got stanky leg and then they got stanky face.
Right.
It's all about the stink face. That's how I judge a profile. If I don't get stink face, it's like, next.
Never mind.
That's a dad rock tune. I don't want that. I want stank face, you know?
That's right.
Like, yeah, like you just sucked on a lemon. You're like, that's the best, man. I mean, you guys probably have to admit too. Like whenever I go into a store and I see a dude really digging an amp, he's always like, How you like that? I like it a lot. It's like, dude, you having a stroke?
Right.
Do we need to call an ambulance?
MK says awesome.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, seriously, this pack is really cool. They're very fat, so you might want to, depending on your taste, all you have to do is just turn the bass down a little bit. I just like really full profiles. I don't like thin profiles because it sounds. I just feel like I'm playing like little dinky strings, and I like when
If you're gonna go big.
Yeah.
No wait. What's that saying?
Go big or go
home.
Yeah. Well, when I'm chugging, I just want to feel it, but I don't want, how it is when you have too much bass, it overwhelms the pick attack, and then you start losing the note in the bass. And I feel like, depending on what you play these through, there's a pretty good balance here with all that. There really is. I mean, you could hear the pick attack and the note, but you also have that thump that backs it up, and man, they sound. This is direct with the IR that comes with them, but man, when you play them through a real like tube power amp in a cab, oh my God,
Right.
It is glorious. It really is.
I'm sure your neighbors love it.
They were loving it this morning because while I was drinking my coffee this morning, I was playing for like 20 minutes before I left for work, and man, I had the windows open.
Kemper and coffee.
Yeah, Kemper coffee and piss off the neighbors morning. That's what this was. Yeah, it was fun. It was really good.
We need some more questions.
Yeah. Any
Call
other
out
questions
some
you guys got? And any episodes that you want me to do, or if you have questions about previous episodes, I'll be happy to answer them for you. Because
I want to know if
great.
anybody went back and watched the blooper reel that we put in on that Angel.
Yeah,
Angel,
that was.
what was the episode again?
I think that was the one where we did the shootout between the Salvato by Salvation and the Soldano by Synergy.
That was the worst time trying to get those Soldano and Salvato
we were
and
them all screwed up.
Yeah, if you scroll back through, I think like one person commented. We put some hilarious bloopers.
Yeah, you had some humdingers on
I think
that
it's at the end. He'll hit them at the end, so you have to scroll through.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. Yeah.
Let's see. What do we got? Oops, it scrolled forward. Let's see. Danny Kell, I need some bass for my lead tones to add some body to the sound.
Yeah, get the Fat Metal Pack. Seriously, I mean, let me play a little lead for you, and I'll put. Let me turn on the delay and stuff, and I'll show you. Like, they sound really, really fat. I mean, your leads won't be thin sounding anymore. There's a lot of fullness there. So let me make sure I'm on the right patch here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a really good amount of fatness to it, and that was with the Savage, which is the Savages on their lead tone is a little thinner, but even with that, it's still pretty fat,
Let's see. Jack Summers, are the profiles boasted? Is it boasted or boosted?
Boosted. No, great question. I hate boosted profiles. The reason why I hate them is because I want to set up my own boost the way I like it. And every time I get a boosted profile, and this is my opinion here, obviously, so take it with a grain of salt, but it always sounds too thin, or it's got that horrible half-cocked wah sound to it that I hate. So with these, that was what Tim and I talked about. I was just like, I just don't want these to be boosted. This way, you can take your own boost pedal, exterior boost pedal if you want, and put it in there, or you can take a an interior boost pedal, which is like the green scream or whatever, and put that in front of them, and they sound a lot fatter and a lot fuller. It's kind of like when you get a boosted profile, it's like someone else set up your pedal board for you, and you just stuck with what they did, and I just don't like that. I like my stuff to be big, fat, wide, and full, and I've never found that with a boosted profile yet. If I boost it myself, then they're great. And then you get these guys that double boost, they'll stack overdrives, and then they sound even thinner and more focused, and I hate it. So these are all non-boosted, very natural sounding, very natural feeling profiles, and I love them.
Brian wants to know, do you use your Synergy 50/50 with the Kemper too?
Yes, I have been lately. Like right now I'm not, but I'm actually going to do an episode about does putting the Kemper or the Helix or other digital platforms through a real tube power amp make them sound better. And man, I don't want to give away spoiler alerts, but yeah, stay tuned for that episode because there's some good information in there. There really is. And I'll put it to you this way. I've been playing with my Kemper and my Synergy Syn 50/50 for the last 3 days just to get kind of immersed in it, like you were saying earlier, to make sure that it's what I thought it would be. And man, all I could say is holy crap. It's nice. It's really nice.
Just a couple comments, and then there's another question. Let's see. Danny Keel, Keil, nice playing.
Thank you.
MK says, and then the seas parted. And then George is back. Guys. Just one suggestion. If you have not already, check out Profile Pack by G1 Productions, Driftwood Purple Nightmare. It's really great. One of the best I recently came across.
G1 Productions. I actually have GGD. I did a review of them several months back when they released their profiles, and they had a Purple Nightmare in there too, and that thing was really cool. I have it in here, and I really like those a lot. Those were great profiles. So when Tim and I kind of collaborated on these profiles here, the Fat Metal ones, I wanted something that would sit out in the mix a little bit better than the GGD ones, because that was, as good as the GGD ones are, the impulse response that came with them was a little dark for some people's tastes, and some people thought maybe it would struggle to sit in a mix properly, and that's no disrespect to their profiles, because I loved them. I thought they were great. But we wanted to have an impulse response that there would be no issues with, and this one sounds great.
Ben Burnett, what cables are you using? Still George LS. And will LRS move the IR pack from the marketplace to his website so I can order it? I don't want to buy it from the marketplace.
I'll talk to Tim about that. Thanks for reminding me about that. And I'm using the George L's. Am I using? Yeah, I'm using a couple George L's on here, but I'm wireless. I'm using my Shure wireless, the GLXD. So that's what I'm using tonight, and that's usually what I use. I have a separate wireless for each one of my rigs, and I just love this wireless. It's amazing. But on this particular rig, I don't know if I have any. I have one George L cable hooked up to some of the stuff, but most part it's all just regular cables, But I'm really digging the Kemper. I've kind of familiarized myself with it because I've been playing a lot of Synergy stuff lately, and I still love it just as much as I did before, but I still prefer the Synergy stuff. I still love that stuff. They're both really good, but the Synergy's got an edge, because it's real. It's all real. There's no guessing. There's no man, this sounds great, but is it real? Is it going to be convincing enough or whatever with the synergy stuff? There's none of that. It's just, you just know it's great. So it's all legit. So we got any other questions?
Jack Summers, do you use the internal boost?
Do I use the... Yes. So like in this one, I have... what do I have? I got the green screen, and the drive is at 0, tone is at 4.8, mix is 100, and the volume is at 4.0. So that's what I use. I could show you what it's like with and without. So on this Savage here, I'll go ahead and turn it off. Let me turn the delay off here. And well, I'll leave the mic on so I can talk.
Yeah.
It sounds great, but it's a little flubby, you know. So I turn the green screen on. Yeah, there's more cut, you know, and you can turn the treble up a little bit and even get more. Everything's flat right now, and that's how we made these, so that you can adjust them however you want. You know, it's kind of like the amp, you know, you try it out at 12, everything at 12. If you like that, then you just, you know, adjust at your taste. So yeah, it definitely sounds way better and feels way better with the boost. And I have the actual single or Engel the synergy version of it, which is like legit. It's a legit Engel Savage, and it's very similar to that. The Engel Savage, the original, it's so hard to get a profile or you know, a digital platform to do the Engel thing. This comes pretty darn close though, you know. But man, I love. You don't like the whiskey? I love the Savage. It has a great, has a lot of good character.
Markers.
Stop drinking markers.
Right. Ben says, can you load a purchase profile and then edit the profile so I can see the process and hear the results?
I'm
curious to see a comparison of plain/edit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So let me pull up a profile. Let's go to a GGD profile. All right, let's go to one of those.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm glad that you asked me to do that, Ben. So let's do that. So we're in you have to be in browser mode. So what I'm going to do is search by author. I'm going the wrong way, so I got to go to GGD. Oh, I'm in favorites. That's why. All rigs. Got to go to all rigs. And then GGD. So let's go back and find.
I feel like we have the fan on polar vortex right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hot earlier, and now I'm like.
We were sweating like crazy earlier. Well, that's what happens when you're running up and down the
Bye,
stairs.
MK. Ooh, 4:30 does come fast. Go to bed, man. Well, maybe not. Got to see this. Oh, okay. You're going to stick around.
All right. Yeah, stick around. I'll make it worth your while, man.
Right.
All right, so I found a GGD. So let's go to a GGD. Let's do the Purple Nightmare since someone brought that up. So let's go to that. All right. It is coming.
Do you know MK? Do you know who he is?
1 second. I'm thinking.
Burn. So cold.
Okay, so there's the yes, we've interacted several times, many times. Yeah, I thank you very much, MK, for being here. Okay, so here is the Driftwood Purple Nightmare by GGD. All right, and so I just pulled it up, and what they did is there's an impulse response here. All right, so as you can see, there's the cabinet. It's their Mesa 4x12 impulse response. So that's there, and then the EQ is off. So I just turn that on, and then all these light up, and then I can adjust it. So let's hear what it sounds like right out of the box. Sorry about all the repetitive riffs, but that's how I check out profiles. I just play the same crap over and over again because there's stuff I'm looking for. But so that's basically what that sounds like right out of the box. So now it's a little dull. So what I want to do is turn the treble up a little bit. So let's go up to about right there.
You know it's all about the bass. The bass.
No treble. There, now it woke it up because their impulse response is a little dark. So there. So that woke it up a little bit. It's a little flubby. Let's take the bass down a hair. And
that's right.
Let's give it
it's
a little
not
bit
all
of,
about the bass.
Exactly. So a little more presence. There we go. I mean, we're on our way. Now here's something really cool. If I hold down my stomps button, because I saved all my favorite stomps in a row on here, so all my favorite stomps I put before an amp and after an amp I saved. So if I hold that down, I can scroll through, and there they are. Front stomps.
The neck of your guitar is cutting off the when you
sorry.
bend over. Like,
so all my favorite stomps that go in front of an amp are right there. Okay, and then if I want to do the same with my back ones, the ones behind the amp, there I go. And all those are there. Now here's the thing too, if I don't like this impulse response, no big deal. All I do is hold down the cabinet. Let me hit exit first, there we go. Hold down the cabinet, and then here's the live Ready Sound impulse response. It's a little brighter, so that's why we went with that.
Ben, holy poop on a stick. I'm so glad I held off buying the other modeler. Switching is a no-brainer. Holy poop on a stick. I say that.
And you say fart in a bucket,
Fart
too.
in a bucket and holy poop on a stick.
No, see how easy it is? Just like I've talked to Ben before about this. Like, it's super easy. Once you know what's what on these, it's so simple. So, like, all that stuff took me seconds. You know, literally within probably a couple minutes,
Yeah.
I guess. I had a whole new profile. I had it dialed in the way I wanted. I put in all the effects before and after the amp the way I like them. And I'm done. I can go do a show right now with this and be completely satisfied. You know, so people saying, oh, the Kemper's so difficult. It's not. You know, it really isn't.
George says, from my experience, boosts are kind of weaker spots of the Kemper. There is pretty noticeable difference using real Maxon OD808 in distortion loop.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that too. I've been pretty satisfied with the ones that are in there. I have once put my precision drive in the front, and I can't remember what the results were. It was like a year ago. I just did it briefly. But I've heard that too. Like, people say that they want Kemper to do that on the next update. They want them to improve the boost pedals. But I will say, though, that so far these are all pretty darn good. You know, I do like what I have in here. But I like when I perform live, I use my Synergy stuff most of the time anyway. So the Kemper is mainly for Tone Wars, and occasionally, like when we play live, I like to use it because it's just something different. Like, especially when we do our live performances here on the channel with the band, I will be using the Kemper off and on because I want to. It's another tool that we can talk about and show things. I can show different profiles. I can show different setups. And
we just sold
it's
one.
great.
Ben says sold. I was making a mountain out of a molehill, blown away.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad I could help you with that, Ben, because I know you were thinking that the Kemper was going to be really difficult, but it's not.
No.
It's super easy. Like, within seconds, you can do all that stuff. So, I mean, I can do anything. I mean, I could pick another one.
You've done countless videos with your Kemper too. Like, there's a lot of resources that you can go back and
exactly
refer to.
Yeah, and if I want to save this, I just push the save button. If I want to save it to my favorites, I just hold the rig button down for a couple seconds, and it saves it in my favorite folder, which is also very simple, you know. So like I can do this real quick. Let's pick another one. Let's go ahead and do the 5150. There it is right there, 5150. And it's got the IR and the cab. So that's how it is out of the box. I just turn up the treble a little bit, adjust the bass. Yeah, I'm just throwing some stuff around here. Grab my favorite pedals before it. There they are. My favorite pedals after. There they are. And I'm done. Done, you know.
So simple, but such a big difference, for real.
Yeah, it's just really nice to be able to do all that. And let me show you this too real quick. So let's say, because I got my pedal board here, you know, so let's say I want this foot switch right here to turn on this effect. So I hold this down, push that, and it's done. So that'll turn on my phaser now. So I turn it off. And I want this one to turn on my delay. I hold that down, push that. Simple, you know, it'll turn on the delay. So, I mean, it's so easy to program, you know, and I think a lot of times, like when, and I guess that comes back to my series about, you know, the Headrush versus Helix versus Kemper as far as the interfaces go. You know, Kemper gets a bad rap for, oh, it's so difficult. It's a little intimidating to look at because it looks like a spaceship, you know. But once you find your way around the spaceship, it's simple, you know. I mean, if I can do it, anybody can, you know.
Do the EVH 5153 if you have it available. That one you demoed before was incredible. That may have just been it. Did you just demo the EVH 5153?
Yeah, that's the 5153. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a 5153, and it's great. And then this is the live Ready Sound 5153 with their impulse response. It's just really fat, you know, it's very fat. So depending on which one you like, I just like...
Not quite as full as the other one, but still fat.
It's just very, very big, so I really like it a lot. So it just depends on what you like, you know. I mean, it's a different impulse response and a different profile of the EVH 5153.
All right.
So they're both really good, you know.
My phone's going to die here in a little bit.
Oh, is it? Yeah, mine's charging, so I got 55% battery on mine.
Nice.
So let me I've been doing all this playing and stuff. We got 13 people here. Yeah, again, thanks everybody for coming in here. Really appreciate it. And we'll be doing this every Sunday night around 7 o'clock.
Yep.
You know, and we really enjoy, you know, hanging out with you guys and talking about our previous episode, upcoming episodes,
answering questions.
Yeah, just
drinking whiskey.
Yeah, and and hanging out, just doing whatever. You know, it's a lot of fun. You know.
You're welcome, MK. Get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for stopping by, man. We really appreciate it very much. We really do. Thank you.
We're up to date on them all.
Oh, we are? Okay,
yep.
Cool. Oh, Ben says the guy at Palin Music. No. Well, you know, some of the people out there that work at stores, you know how it goes. I mean, they're not always well versed in products, and it's unfortunate, but it happens. You know, I mean, I try to, since I have this channel, I try to, you know, keep myself up on everything as much as I can. I don't know everything about the Kemper, but I know enough.
No? Say that again?
I don't know everything, but I know enough. You know, if I had to go do a gig like in an hour, and I had to set this up for it, I could easily do it, and I wouldn't be panicked at all. It would be really easy to do, you know. So yeah, I'm loving this thing a lot. And again, stay tuned very soon, because I do have episodes coming up where we compare the Harley Benton to the 2x12 to the Mesa 2x12 with vintage 30s. So same speakers, all that, and I want to see what the difference is. And I'll be comparing.
Is that what you're releasing this week? What are you releasing this week?
This week I'll be comparing the Kemper and the Helix, whether or not the power amp with tubes and a real cab would make them sound better. If it's worth it, I'm going to show you what they sound like comparatively. So like the Kemper and Helix direct and through a FRFR cab, which is the Friedman ASC 12s is what I use, or if you're better off using the power amp and cab, and if it's worth it. Like, is it worth it? Because some people are like, well, you know, I bought the digital platform, so I don't have to drag around all this big, bulky, heavy equipment. So here I am buying a digital platform, and now I'm dragging all this crap around again. It's like, you know, I bought a car, so I didn't have to hitch a horse to a wagon anymore. But now I'm putting a horse in front of my car. Like, is it, you know, what am I doing here? So I hope that metaphor makes sense. But I mean, the thing is, though, is sometimes the sacrifice is worth it, and sometimes it's not. Is it better? Is it better enough to make those sacrifices? So we'll find out, because you know, I think by the end of that episode, we're all going to know, you know, and I just think it's going to be very interesting to find out which way's better. I really do. So how long have we been on for?
An hour and a half.
Wow, we've been on for an hour and a half. Holy cow!
Probably say there's nothing new happening. Yeah,
we'll wrap up in a few, but. Yeah, I'm getting hungry anyways. I'm getting kind of
cold.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Like, seriously, I watched a bunch of school buses today and spent 4 hours setting all this stuff up. So it's been a lot of work, and I just ate a quick bite before we went live, and I'm getting pretty hungry here. But if there's any other requests that you want me to do with the Kemper real quick before we wrap up, I will be happy to do those for you. Any other questions, we'll be happy to answer them for you as well. So,
Vocal Pathfinder says, and notice I called you Vocal Pathfinder. So that's a great show. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate it, Dan. Thank you so much.
Brian Miller, have you ever checked out the Matrix power amps?
A friend of mine, Jamie Trevino, has used one. I think he's used the Matrix. I can't remember. I don't want to misquote him, but I think it was something to do with a Marshall. It was a Marshall-y kind of thing, and he said he liked it very much. I haven't, though. I haven't checked them out. The Sin 5050 has very much impressed me, though. I'm super impressed with that. I didn't think that a power amp would make that much of a difference in how your guitar sounded and felt, but I totally underestimated that factor. I really did. I didn't value it as much as I thought I should, because I was absolutely blown away at the character, the feel, the tone, and the rage that you get out of a real tube power amp and real cabs. You know, I was really shocked at how good it sounded. So I know they all have their own flavor, and I'm very impressed with the Sin 5050 so far. You know, I really am. That thing's worth the 24 pounds that it weighs and the several $100s. That thing was like $1,100, somewhere around there. But when we got it at GearFest, they were knocking $100 off of it. So I was like, well, I'll take it right now then, because I saved $100, you know, by getting it. So it was worth it.
That's it?
Yep, we got another.
Oh, it just popped up.
Yep.
Ben, run through a couple of clean tones on the Kemper if you have time. The Sin 5050 is top of the food chain, nothing better for tone. And then George, which are your favorite profile manufacturer, and what is your opinion on Sin Mix?
Okay, I'll get to those. So my favorite profile manufacturers, I do like the Live Ready Sound stuff a lot. The GGD ones are really good, and some of the Chop Tones direct profiles are also very good. You know, I mean, that's the reason why I love the direct profiles so much, is it's kind of hard to screw those up. Like, I think if you know what you're doing in at least moderately, you can't screw up a direct profile too bad, I would think. I've talked to Tim about this, and he's like, I beg to differ. I think you can. He's probably right, because he actually does it for a living, and he does a very good job. But I think that, the ones I've tried so far that I like very much are the Live Ready Sound, GGD, Reamp Zone, and the SynMix stuff has been very good as well. I just, like I said, I don't like mic'd profiles, though. They always sound thin and overly focused and kind of fizzy, and so I always prefer the directs.
Brian Miller, I know Metallica uses Matrix Power Amps with their Axe effects.
Oh.
They're supposed to be really flat and great for modelers.
It's good to know. That's really good to know, because that's what most people want. When you're dealing with a modeler, you want something that's colorless, or at least as colorless as you can get it, so that you don't change the tone that you've worked so hard on at home, and then you plug it into that, and you're like, oh, now I got to reconfigure everything. So I get that, and that's why I like the Friedman cabs, because they're very, very flat and very true on how they represent your tone too. You know, if it sounds good through those, it is good. If it sounds like crap through those, it's not the speaker. It's the way you dialed it in. That's the problem. You know. So what was he wanted to hear a clean tone. All right, so let me do that real quick. So here is the piezo, which is basically
my favorite.
Her favorite, my favorite too. So it's basically delay, a little bit of chorus, a little bit of reverb, and some compression.
Like the notes come and I want to hum along.
So there's that, and I think it's freaking glorious. And so let me see what else I got on here.
I gotta turn that fan off.
You can.
The goosebumps are gonna jump off my skin.
So here's a clean tone on here. Let's see if I remember. This is the PRS Archon clean tone. If I want to get a split coil, you know. So that's kind of cool, and if you want to do something a little eerie, you know, you can do this.
Couple more comments.
So you got some reverse delay and stuff like that. I just think the effects are really good, you know.
SynMix makes great presets for the Helix. If you have to buy presets, you can buy safely from SynMix. Avoid preset makers in the Line 6 marketplace. Install issues in limited platforms. And then
I agree with that 100%. I did a review of the SynMix presets, and I think they're amazing, especially for what the Helix can do. I think they sound really freaking good, because you get an impulse response with them, where a lot of guys that make presets, they either don't give you an impulse response, or the ones they give you are terrible.
Yeah.
So.
George, hey Brian, looks like Axe FX and Matrix power amps are like more of a marketing thing. Yes, they sound great together, but it's not the only great option.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of good power amps out there. I mean, the reason why I bought my Syn 5050 when we were at Gear Fest was because I wanted to have it for my Synergy rig, but then I was like, I had the gears cranking, and I'm like, you know what? I can use this for my Kemper too, with real cabs. And again, at the time, I underestimated how awesome it would be, and man, I'm absolutely floored with all the goodness that comes out of that thing.
What are your favorite profile manufacturers?
Well, the Live Ready Sound stuff's been great. The GGD ones are really good. Chop Tones has some good direct ones. I've tried some Synmix stuff that I've liked, and the Reamp Zone stuff that I've liked too. You know, I mean, they're so far. I mean, a lot of people say Michael Britt's amazing. I haven't tried any of his, except for the ones that came stock in here, and I don't want to misspeak about his profiles, but the ones that came stock in here didn't jive with me. But I should probably check out some of his other ones just to see.
Is the Syn 5050 pretty flat?
I haven't compared it to another power amp, so I would be speaking out of turn, or I'd be misspeaking if I said yes, it's definitely. I haven't compared it, so I'm not sure.
Ben, that sounds better than 2 rats and a wool sock on Tuesday. Holy crap, that Kemper is twice the unit of the other modelers out there. Man, am I glad I didn't buy the other unit.
I'm telling you, dude.
I can read that again. That sounds better than 2 rats and a wool sock on Tuesday.
What about Wednesday? No, it does. I mean, the clean tones that you get on here are great. I mean, they're very warm. They got a nice bit of chime to them, you know. But they're really nice and very, you know.
And with that, we bid you adieu.
Yeah, guys, we're going to go eat because we are starving. But we really, really very much appreciate you guys stopping by. And all the questions, the super chats, and the comments and everything. We hope that we always want to make sure that this is worth your time. We value your time, and we want to make sure that you guys get something out of this as well. So, but we will, I'll be releasing those episodes very soon about the power amp and the digital platforms, and we'll post something in the community about what we're going to discuss and demo for next Sunday, you know. So yeah, so thank you very much for stopping by. We really appreciate it, and we will